Okay, so item number 5, which has says find the equivalent resistance between the points A and B, and then calculate the current in each resistor. The potential difference of 34 volts is applied between points A and B. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is find the resistance. So you first need to combine them. So resistance. So you can combine these two because they're in parallel. You have to do the 1 over both of them. So it'd be 1 over 7 plus 1 over 10. And then you have to divide. So when you do that, you get 0.2428. And then you have to do 1 over that, and you're going to get 4.12. So now that you found the resistance of those two combined, so now I have to redraw. You have to do redraw it. So now this is still 4 ohms. Now this is 4.12 ohms, and this is 9 ohms. And because these are in series, you can just add them. So you just add those 4, and yet the resistance is equal to 17.12 ohms. So for B, you then have to find the current in each resistor. So I just redrew that, and then I redrew the new circuit using the resistance we just found, and you add the 34 volts because that is in the problem. And then you need to find the current, so you're going to use the equation V equals IR. 34 volts is equal to I times 17.12 ohms. You get the current is equal to 1.98 amps. So that means that now you found the current for both of those, but not for this one because this one is still a combination of those two, if you remember. So you can just write down the answers for those two now. So for the 9 ohms, the current is equal to 1.98 amps. For the 4 ohms, current is equal to the 1.98 amps. And we still have to find this one. So you can re-expand that one into its own little circuit, I guess. So 10 ohms, 7 ohms. And do you know that so now you have to find the new voltage for this small circuit. So you have to do V equals IR, and then 1.98 amps, which is the combined current of them, times 4.12, which is the resistance, and you get the voltage equal to 8.1576 volts. And then after that, you just have to find the amps for both of those. So you can just do V equals IR, so 8.1, I just round it to 16, is equal to I times 7 ohms, and you get I is equal to 1.17 amps. So that's for the 7 ohms, so 7 ohms. And then for the 10 ohms, you do the same thing. V equals IR. 8.16 volts is equal to I times 10 ohms. And you get the voltage, the current to equal 0.82 amps. So then you write up here for the 10 ohms. And that's that.